Hey crypto fans, welcome back here with more news on the Bitcoin. Today we're talking about a lot of stuff. We're going to discuss the information about the Bitcoin's bull rally for the $120,000, how it's going to happen, how the meme coins will actually support it. We know that Shiba Inu is growing, we know that Bonk is growing, we know the prominent cryptocurrency altcoin is growing, which its name is Injective. We're going to talk about that one in the next video because all of these coins will actually pull the rally on a Bitcoin too. The hype is about to start soon. We already saw what's happening with the Bitcoin NFTs, how they made a hype for Bitcoin market and for the NFT market, and how the Bitcoin is going to rise pretty much soon, and the explosion is about to happen. So first of all, let's go to the news. What do we have here? Bitcoin and altcoins go through their own cycles, and I will provide a thread soon on how to spot these and what stage we are at. Briefly, you have Bitcoin pumps, Bitcoin cools off, liquidity rotates into altcoins, meme coins, low cap then pump, market going to dump. Next we go with, if Bitcoin would crash back down to $20,000, would you buy the dip? For sure I would buy the dip, and I'm actually thinking that 20,000 is going to happen, and I'm prepared for it to actually buy tons of the coins at that point because it is about to happen pretty soon, and then we're going for the $120,000 pump. Next we go with, this bear flag will send us back to 36,000, 37,000, and it will continue on going down for sure. We can expect it, but first of all we need to go through this first move over here. Next is breaking news that the Bitcoin halving will be entirely different this cycle due to the high fees miners currently command. The event not as ruthless, not as unforgiving to inefficient miners. Block fees are at or exceeding the block reward. Mining stocks seem like an easy win, and you should understand that. Study Bitcoin. Current fees are temporary, just an expression of the pace of back investors losing money. I'm not saying that the investors actually losing money, but the whales actually make money from that, and not just like projects. They are helping projects to grow, and they use them to actually launder the money they have from the Bitcoin mines. And that I'm always saying that is actually how it's happening, and you need to understand the basics and learn that. So the whales and the miners are ruling the cryptocurrency sphere right now, and they want this to play out like they want to do it, and that's what actually going to happen. So the majority of the Bitcoin liquidity is clearly on the upside. While there is nothing the way back up to 44k Bitcoin, and maybe that's where we go from here. We're going to consolidate, we're going to drop, and that's what is expected. But first, while we are consolidating, the altcoin run should happen in like short period of time. Next, the Bitcoin price was at the $8.80 during this past. I don't even care about the profit in a Bitcoin, I just want to see the government and banks peace themselves. May 29, 2011, and it's about to soon happen. The government and banks will finally peace themselves. Also, we go on the news, the 5th January. So Bitcoin is a phony and a scam. Jim Cramer at the $16,000, and look what we are, where we are actually now. In 2021, he was really hoping it's going to go down, and we are still growing. Bitcoin NFTs recorded over 376 million in sales in November. And what I told you, this is what is actually happening. Here we could see an organic volume and wash volume on the Ethereum with this 391 million. And here we could see 376 million on the Bitcoin NFTs and 348 still on the Ethereum NFTs, and Solana NFTs growing as well. And the next one is Polygon 2. Here we could see that it's crazy how the Bitcoin NFTs are going up and continuing going up. This is my Bitcoin forecast for the coming 3 months, and this is massive because it will be building a slow chart over here, but I think it's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to crash somewhere at this point, maybe even build it like this, so it will be lower than 30,000 for sure, and we should expect that. If you bought Bitcoin 1 year ago, you would have doubled your money already before the real fun actually starts. As these old funds, we soon want so all of these funds that we have on this screenshot want the Bitcoin pretty soon. And what do we have here? BlackRock, $9.9 trillion, $9.6 trillion, Vanguard, $1.1 trillion, Fidelity, $4 trillion, UBS, $4 trillion, State Street Global Advisors, $4 trillion, Morgan Stanley, $3 trillion, JP Morgan, $2.9 trillion, Credit Agricole, $2.8 trillion, Alliance 2.7, Capital Group 2.7, Goldman Sachs 2.3, BNY Mellon 2.2, Amundi and PIMCO is at $2 trillion. All of these big funds want the Bitcoin, and they will for sure get it with all the money they have. Critical thinking is an imperative when it comes to Bitcoin. Don't fall for the narrative. What people actually saw and hear, what they hear from the mainstream media, the Bitcoin bubble is about to burst, and what actually happened, the Bitcoin bubble bursted, but the Bitcoin bursted the money bubble. That's what actually happened on the market. So, Bitcoin entry area, December 2023. The main trend is still up, so I don't believe we correct deeply. There can be another leg up, you need to use the correction properly, so enter responsibly. And we can understand if Bitcoin loses 40k, it will hit here and it will go even lower than that, lower than 37k, I guess, and I believe it's going to happen like that. So, to the actual news, what do we have here? First of all, the Shiba Inu news we got, and an update that Shiba Inu price at a 16 months resistance faces the 20% downside risk, but there's a catch. And the catch is, and it actually is growing right now, but it is at the risk and is going to go down with the market. It might grow up a little bit, but this growth that we had today actually happened only because the Shiba Inu team carries out the massive SHIB burn that triggers 779,000% spike, and they burned over 8.6 billion tokens in just 24 hours. It's the biggest burnout for a long period of time, and it bursted 779,000% burn rate, and after that it actually dropped even more though. So all I'm saying that it was a massive burn, and it only the start for Shiba Inu coin, and when the meme coin run would start, we will see literally what is going to happen to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will follow the run. So, analysts raise Bitcoin as the most promising asset for 2024 and predicts the price potential of $120,000. So, for the short term, Lee anticipates the Bitcoin's price to fluctuate between 32 to 50,000 as determined by the outcome of the spot ETF approval saga in the US. Currently, many crypto enthusiasts are highly optimistic about the SEC finally granting a green light to launch off a spot Bitcoin ETF, following multiple meetings between the regulator and several asset managers involved. According to Bloomberg analyst James Stafford, there is 90% chance that a potential approval order will come between January 8th and January 10th, 2024, meaning Bitcoin's price may be set for a major movement in the coming weeks. And in regards to the midterm phase, Ryan Lee predicts Bitcoin prices to range between 38,000 to 75,000 based on the effects of Halloween event, which is historically known to cause a rise in Bitcoin prices. And this is because the Halloween event causes a reduced rate of a new Bitcoin minting, which leads to scarcity, in turn boosting the token's demand and price. And in the long term, BitCat chief analyst projects Bitcoin to trade between $40,000 to $120,000 in 2024. That's all the information we got for now. More coming in the next video, so don't miss out, and don't miss out on more videos daily. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.